Welcome back to the Sports Circus Friday edition. The Saturday edition can be found on KCAA Southern California. Hold on, Elvis. KCAA Southern California 102.3 FM. I'm distracted here. 102.3 FM, 106.5 FM, and 1050 AM at 8 AM tomorrow morning. And here in Las Vegas at I'm really distracted. 8 a.m. on AM 920, The Game, NBC Sports, again at 8 a.m. So, and also this show will be aired, the Saturday show will be aired in Phoenix on Tuesday night on 1060 a.m. throughout the greater Phoenix and Tucson area. So it's pretty exciting. Again, NBC Sports down there. So pretty exciting. Also, this segment is brought to you by Legal Shield, providing legal protection for everybody. Even Elvis may need to get some legal protection for less than $1 a day. Give them a call, 213-245-1305. Whether speeding tickets, drunk driving, impersonating Elvis, whatever it is, you need help, less than $1 a day, 213-245-1305. Call them today. Hurry up. So, as you can see now, we have Elvis in the house with a glorious shot from the new stadium that is going to be proposed. Actually, it's already been proposed. This is where the site is across Interstate 15 from the Mandalay Bay and the Luxor. As you can see, it's just an incredible view. So this is basically what it's going to look like from inside looking out towards the Strip. I think it's a hell of a view. What do you think, Elvis?
It's absolutely great, and I think that I think also that the old adage.
Wait. Where's the Elvis voice?
Well, what I'm saying, I want to say that if you build it, people are going to come.
All right.
People are going to come, and I think the people from the greater Los Angeles area are definitely going to come. And I believe the people even from San Diego, they might come, because I see that you're with that Drew Brees, and I was never a breezy kind of guy. I was always a solid, upstanding guy, and I know that Mark Davis, wise men say only fools rush in, but if you get the money, you're definitely going to come.
Keep going, man. You're on a roll. You got to love it.
So if you're going to come to Las Vegas, and they're going to hand you a wad full of money, and they're going to say, come on over here, Mr. Davis, and we'll get you a good haircut, and we're going to get you cleaned up, and we're going to get you a nice stadium, and you and them Raider fans are all welcome. The women, the children, the animals, all of them, your grandmas, your grandmas, your grandpas, everybody is welcome to come. And we're going to treat you right over here. And as you can see, you're going to have yourself a wonderful, wonderful view of wonderful Las Vegas here. You see that pyramid in the sky just shining bright. And I'm used to bright lights, ladies and gentlemen, but this is just something special here that you're gonna be able to see and absorb in wonderful, wonderful Las Vegas, Nevada.
I heard about your first show here at the Old International Hotel back in 1967. That was then it went from the International to the Las Vegas Hilton, to the LVH, which really meant for Large Vacant Hotel, and now it is the Westgate Hotel. But I remember seeing video. I wasn't around at that time, but I saw the video of your show back in 1967. That was your first appearance here in Vegas.
It was, and I liked it because nobody, there wasn't any censorship back then. Sometimes I'd go on that Ed Sullivan show, and I couldn't swing my hips but barely move my lips because I was recorded just from the waist up, and I don't know if y'all saw me doing a hound dog over there, but, I couldn't do my hound dog the way that I wanted to because they said that I was just too pulsating and too surviving and thriving up there on the microphone, so people didn't want me to do all that. But you're right about that long video there, and people were telling me Elvis is dead, and that's just a rumor out there. I'm looking a little slimmer because I've been on the Lenny Adkins diet, so I'm able to slim myself down, and I'm glad because the Sports Circus here, the Sports Circus is the mecca of sports radio here in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I just wanted to thank you, Bookmaker, for inviting me to be able to come here and just to do my thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, I also heard that the reason they shot you from, of course, from the waist up was because you had the leg thing, you're moving. But I read, now you have to tell me if this is right, but I read that you moved your legs because you were actually nervous. And it wasn't because you were trying to dance. It was because you were nervous. Now, I listen to Elvis radio on XM Sirius 19. And that's what they said. George Klein is a great host over there. That's what I heard him say. And I've heard that from some of the other interviewees he's had. And what do you think? Is that right?
Well, I got to tell you that I was a little bit nervous, ladies and gentlemen. I was, but the reason was I wasn't nervous because of stage fright or anything like that. It was because my wife Priscilla was in the audience and sitting up there in the front row, and I had a few of my girlfriends out there also in the front row, and I was wanting to twitch, and every time that I did twitch, I didn't know if it was the girlfriends twitching for me and shouting for me, or if it was Priscilla, and I was in a bind right there. I got to tell you.
Well, Elvis, what do you think about the hockey team here, the Las Vegas Golden Knights? Do you think that the hockey team, because you're a Las Vegas guy, there's nothing more Vegas than Elvis. Elvis is it. Thank you very much. That's the only thing here in Vegas that matters. You could, in this town, which is great, you can go to the post office, and the same day, the post office, the grocery store, the park, you see it. Elvis is there. Elvis is everywhere. And now we were able to drag him into the studio just for this segment. I'm honored to have Elvis here.
Well, I do love hockey, and I love gold as well. So I just wanted to, hey, you know what, on screen over here, we got ourselves a pretty Nubian goddess here from the WNBA. We got ourselves the wonderful, the dazzling, the beautiful Alicia Thompson. I know who you are there, Alicia. How you doing?
I can't hear you.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
You look totally magnificent. Oh my goodness.
I've had a little nip here to tuck. Here, but I want to thank you for that, and you look mighty magnificent yourself there, Miss Alicia.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, I hope you're being safe driving your vehicle and talking with Elvis and me.
I am. I definitely am. Can you guys see me okay?
We see you fine. Just make sure John Law doesn't see you doing this.
No. I pulled over.
Oh, okay.
Safety first.
Good. I see you're wearing your seatbelt. That's good news.
Yes.
How's
everything going?
So what about the post game here, Alicia? What did you think about with the whole NCAA final here with Duke beating Gonzaga?
Duke.
And I like saying it Gonzaga because they're gone right now. So I'd like to find out your thoughts on that game, and what did you think the outcome might have been looking at that game in the final few minutes?
Well, I picked Gonzaga to win it initially. I think I talked to Sal about that when we did the second part of the show, in which I did a total good job by myself there. So I picked Gonzaga to win because they're just that team that goes out there, they play hard, they get it, they're very fundamental. So for me, I was a little bit disappointed that they didn't win, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Well, that's all right. I mean, look, we could talk about this for hours and hours. We only have about a minute left to talk about it in this segment, but we saw some bad officiating. There's no question. And look, the part that drives me crazy out of all of this is that because Carolina is basically being from their academic fraud, they have no business being in this tournament, period. I don't care if it's Carolina or this school or that school, whatever. The fact is Carolina was in, and well, look, there's a lot of influence that, of course, guys like Michael Jordan has, etc., make sure that their team gets in, and Roy Williams at the same time, Roy gets a lot of love from people that it probably shouldn't, but the fact is they should not have been there in the first place. This was Gonzaga's tournament to take, and this was Gonzaga. Listen, Gonzaga was probably the best suited team to win the tournament this year, despite my beloved Blue. See if I can spit that out. Huh? My Duke Blue Devils. Anyway, look, they lost to a great South Carolina team. They really did, and South Carolina really played hard. And again, I think South Carolina was cheated in the semifinal game as well. So ultimately, look, the teams that were supposed to be there from the media, they were there, and the team the media wanted to win. They didn't want Gonzaga to win. They wanted Carolina to win because all the money. Jordan just signed the new deal with the university, and it's just money. Frankly, I'm embarrassed for the Chapel Hillbillies. I don't understand why the league lets them get away with it, why the NCAA even allows it. That is just completely ridiculous. It should never happen. So I'll tell you what, we're going to get into that in the next segment here on the Sports Circus because we have a lot to talk about, that and the way coaches are paid what they shouldn't be paid, and we'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes here on the Friday edition.